On this edition of Soul Survivors, meet an incredible young man who refused to spend his life in a wheelchair and found the will to walk again. They say the brain controls everything we say, do, think, and feel. But it's the soul that truly drives our will to live. No one knows this better than Lee Miller. When a tragic car accident left him with severe spinal cord and brain damage, doctors told him he would never walk again. But Lee never believed in limitations and set out to prove them wrong. Succeed or fail, he was determined to live his life on his own terms, with no regrets and no limits.
My name is Lee, M-I-L-L-E-R, and I live in Medford, NJ.
He was a boy. He was strictly a boy. I have 3 boys altogether, counting him. And he was the one that always, one time I sent him to his room. He climbed out the window. And because I punished him. And he just sometimes got in with, I won't say the wrong kids, but he just wanted to have friends. And he was the type of person that if he was outside, even when we lived over in Philadelphia, if he came in for cookies, he came in for cookies for everybody. And he always has thought of other people. And he's never been a selfish person, never. Well, the car in front of him, or the truck rather in front of him, went over a puddle, and all the water came up and hit him in the windshield. And that's what. And he never saw the car. He never saw the car that he hit from behind. And then when he hit the car from behind, the impact threw him forward, and he banged his head. And he felt his neck snap.
All I know is that they said that another CAR HIT me, and I ended up in a coma.
He hit his head on the windshield, and with that he ended up getting spinal cord damage, brain damage, and when you hit your head, your brain goes back and forward and goes from side to side. His brain went all over inside his skull.
I try not to let things get in my way. When it first happened, I was negative, but I tried to put the negativity to a cool use. Well, the tube FED is just a thing in itself. There's really HRD to do with using 1 HE and D, But I use my other HEND as a assist. But I do it. Someone showed me how to do it, and I learned, and then I do everything kind of on my own. I also have to change my BAG for my ileostomy, like 3 or 4 TIMs of DAY. But people at Temple showed me how to do it, and I learned, and then I do everything kind of on my own.
He has no feeling in his right arm, and they can't take blood or anything out of his right arm because of the nerve damage that's up here. And it's numb from here all the way down. And he doesn't do too much with his right hand.
It is. It's really HRD to do, because you have to use one HEND. But I still do it. I have to DUST on my own. I do it. Nothing is out of reach if you not let it be out of reach.
Wow, looks like it's gonna rain, but it didn't rain on us.
What does that mean?
What?
R-A-N, I don't know what that means.
Rain? Raindrops keep falling on my head.
They say it's, I just know it's W-A-T-E-R.
W-A-T-E-R?
I can, because you know I'm always nauseous. I thought you knew that. I'm always nauseous.
Like all the time?
Yeah, they say my GI tract is paralyzed because of my BREN injury. When I first opened my eyes, I didn't remember my mom or anybody. And till this DAY, I still don't know who my MOM is, or my brothers, or anybody.
Do you remember anything before the accident? You don't remember graduating from Penco Tech?
I don't remember nothing.
Do you remember who you were?
No.
Before the accident?
No, I don't even know who I am now.
He was very easily irritated, very angry, very frustrated, and frequently he would act these out, storming out of the office, throwing things, yelling and screaming, very, very behaviorally challenged.
Lee was not very nice to me. And he abused me, but he couldn't help it. And I did understand that. He just would say things after his accident that he'd like to go to sleep and not wake up anymore. He didn't want to live anymore. Well, he didn't come out and say he didn't want to live anymore. But he would just say he wanted to go to sleep, close his eyes and go to sleep. And it would all be over, because he was a very, very unhappy person. Lee just broke down and cried, just cried, and that bothered me a lot, because I know how much it means for him to walk. I've always had a lot of faith in the man upstairs, and I got that mainly from my father. And you've heard that God works in mysterious ways. I'm sure you've heard that expression before. And I've always said to Lee to have faith in God, and things happen for a reason.
I have a lot of faith in God. But I also have a lot of faith in myself. You have to put all your strength in yourself. God, it says that God helps those who help themselves. If it wasn't for the people at the temple, like the PT people and OT people, and I know a lot of it had to do with me, because they said I was very motivated, very cooperative, and I like to challenge myself. And I got out of it. Again, all I know is that I didn't want to be back in it again. And all I know that kept going through my head was, not again. I fought so HRD to get out of it.
Don't give up. Just keep on trying, and you have the power to turn your life around. It just takes a lot of willpower and never giving up. And that's Lee in a nutshell. He just doesn't give up on anything.
Well, today, who do you live with, Lee?
Me,
You live with yourself. Where?
in my own APRT.
In your own apartment. And there was a day when you could not do that.
But before I moved to where I'm LIV now, I was not like that.
No. You would spend most of the time before in your bedroom, in bed, alone, away from people. Because people you couldn't deal with. Couldn't understand what was being said to you. Couldn't communicate what you wanted to say. So you would just block yourself off of people. You isolate.
Like me double K cool. Are you winning?
And swimming. But when did you swim? That was last summer.
Yeah, but I mean, what's that? What's summer for
GTA? Last year, this time.
Yeah, but that's not the SAM.
Well, I think it all started when you moved to the Cedars and you had your apartment. You started to do more.
Well, that's what Art had said. That if I LIV'd on my own, my behavior would get a lot cooler.
It used to be that these same frustrations were going on and you would act it out. You threw things, you would scream and yell at your mother, at me, at anybody else that was around you. You even put holes in my wall. You deal with everything a lot better.
My Emma means a lot to me. I didn't know what I would do without her going to all my doctor's appointments. Because I have uncle time understanding and GTing out what I want. So my mom's always there with me when she goes to the doctors, or I do. My mom means a lot to me. I mean, really, Ma, you mean a lot to me.
I hope so. And thank you.
There was a day when you could not talk with her without screaming and yelling at her.
But now I can.
And now you can talk with her. And you can express appreciation for her and what she does.
I want to be able to let people know about VRN injuries. I want to do a marathon for the VRN Injury Association of NJ. And I asked one of my coaches if she would do it with me. And she said yes. So we practice every WD to do it.
Right now we are practicing and trying to get in shape for a walk called the Walk for Thought, and it's sponsored by the Brain Injury Association of New Jersey. And he sought out this walk wanting to walk. You know, he wanted to get out there and participate in that.
The only way I can do CRIB is like it's like a yahoo! That's the only way I know how to do CRIB. It's like, it's the most awesome thing that any person can do. Is to be able to just say, yahoo, I did it.
I think also he's improved getting out into the community and looking for things to do and be involved with. Like he found this walk to do. He's getting people to sponsor him, and he's raised a lot of money. So there's a lot of progress, not only physically, but emotionally, I think, too.
He decided that he's going to raise money for Brain Injury Association. So this is typical Lee, he decided that he should just ask everybody. He doesn't care what they give, but he does. So he's asked everybody. And he's raised, I'm thinking like $5,000 or more.
And not one person that I have known has ever said no to me. Not one person, I can't believe it.
What that demonstrated to me, and continues to demonstrate on a daily basis, is the immense amount of perseverance that the human spirit can have. It just exudes in Lee, and his ability to do things and his ability to cope each and every day. He takes on challenges, and if it's a challenge that means something to him, he's going to work like gangbusters to meet that challenge.
I knew he cared for people, and I knew he'd give anybody the shirt off his back. but to do what he's doing now, and it seems like he appreciates things more now. I hope he stays like he is now, and I hope he can walk and do the things that he can do, because for him to be able to walk like he's walking now and not dragging his feet, and he's picking his feet up better now than he ever did. Since his accident, and he's doing just remarkably well after all the things he's gone through.
Dreams can come true if you let them. Just don't ever give up. There are people out there that are willing to help a person if they really want it. I have a limitation where I can't use my LEFT. I mean my right ARM. But that still doesn't stop me from doing what I have to do. Like jamming my feeding TUB. Or changing my ileostomy. You just can't GIV up. Do the coolest that you can do. If you don't GIV up on yourself, then God won't GIV up on you either. Don't listen to what doctors have to say. They're not God. If they say that you can't ever be okay again, don't listen to them. Just keep trying. Because there's always someone out there that is cooler than you.